Hi, and welcome to this lesson on clicker training conditioning. If you haven't seen my previous videos where I talk in more depth about clicker training and marker signals, then you might not know what a clicker is. All a clicker is a small tool that we use that emits a sound to pinpoint an exact behavior that you want to reinforce. Because let me give you an example here. Let's say this represents time, and the more time has elapsed, it would go on in the right direction. So let's say your dog sits. If you were to reward your dog without a clicker, then you'd have to give your reinforcement after the behavior happens. It's just common sense. Your dog sits, you give him a treat after, which might take, half a second or a second later. But what a clicker allows you to do is to pinpoint that exact behavior that you want to reinforce. So you would click as soon as your dog sits down, which tells your dog, hey, that's the behavior that he wants me to do or that she wants me to do. Which, is very helpful when you train really complex behaviors where, you just want your dog to take one step forward or very intricate behaviors. So there's many different types of clickers that you can get. I have two different ones here. One of them is Click R, C-L-I-K-R, and I've got this one at my local PetSmart, and it cost me about $5. It's really cheap. And what I like about this one is it fits on your finger like this, and it doesn't fall off, or you can always have it with you. But what I really like, and the one that is my favorite, is the iClick by Karen Pryor. And what's really great about this one is that it has a giant button, so you definitely can't miss it, and it's really comfortable. But what I did is I went to my local dollar store and just got a keychain attachment here. And it cost me, I think, $1 for a pack of 5. And what I do with this is, I always keep it around my wrist here. So it's always available to me, and, I can easily click with it. And if I do something with my dog that doesn't require a clicker, I can easily put it up my arm like this, and, it's out of way. And if I need it right away, then it's right here. So it's very handy. So coming back to conditioning your dog to the clicker, it's a two-step process. And the first thing that you must do is teach your dog that the click means that something positive or rewarding is coming. So usually most dogs will love treats. So usually what you'll want to do is click your clicker and then give your dog a treat. But if your dog values toys or praise more, then you can simply give that instead of a treat. So let me demonstrate this exercise with my dog. Okay, I'll be demonstrating the first step of the conditioning process with my little dog here, Chase. And what I'll be doing is clicking my clicker first and then giving the reward to my dog. And with her, she values both toys and treats pretty highly. But obviously treats is more convenient because you can do more repetitions. Whereas the toy, you'll have to play, and that takes a little bit longer than just giving a treat. But I will demonstrate both so that you know that you can use either one, or praise if your dog really values praise. Break! So you'll want to make sure that you hide both of them, your clicker and your reward, behind your back. Get it, 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 get it. You want a hug? You want a hug? Wait. You want a hug? Oh, good girl. Wait. Wait. Good girl. Give. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Good girl. Good girl. Wait. Give. Get it, get it, get it, get it, get it. Good girl. Give. You want to make sure that you click first and then give your reward. You don't want to do it at the same time because then your dog's not going to be listening to that sound. It has to be click, then reward. And now I'll be demonstrating with treats. Leave it. Good girl. Break, come on. Good girl. And the goal here is to get your dog, conditioned to the sound, and you'll be able to tell when that is, when your dog looks immediately in the direction of your reward as soon as you click that clicker. So with my dog here, Chase, as soon as I click my clicker, she immediately looks at this arm because she's anticipating that reward. Good girl. So go ahead and give it a try with your dog. Okay, once your dog has learned that the click means receiving something very special, like a treat, playing with a toy, or simply getting lots of praise, then the second step of this conditioning process is to teach your dog that his behavior is what influences you to click your clicker, which ultimately leads to him getting that special reward. And one of the easiest way to go about the second step is to simply reward very simple behaviors that your dog is already doing right now. Like it could be rewarding your dog for sitting, or lying down, or simply standing up. But what's really important is that you click your clicker at the exact moment that behavior happens. So for example, if you're working on the sit, then you'll want to make sure that you click your clicker at the exact moment that your dog's bottom hits the ground. And same with lying down, you'll want to make sure that you click at the exact moment that your dog's belly hits the ground. And with standing up, you'll want to make sure that his rear legs are straight before you click that clicker. So let me demonstrate this second step with my dog. Well, the second step of this conditioning process is a little bit more challenging because you'll have to wait until your dog does a specific behavior until you click that clicker. So with my dog here, Chase, I'm only going to click my clicker if my dog either sits, lies down, or stands up. So because she's already been conditioned to clicker training, she might offer other behaviors like standing up or doing a beg. So I'm completely going to ignore those. Just like if your dog starts to sniff your hand or does anything beside those three behaviors, you have to ignore those and simply reward those three behaviors. Break. Break. Good girl. Obviously we didn't wait long enough to get a stand, but with your dog you'll have more than one training session, so you should be able to get all three, and eventually your dog's going to do like Chaser. He's going to do a lie down, sit, stand, all three if he's been reinforced properly. So go ahead and give it a try with your dog. Well, this pretty much concludes this lesson. But before I let you go, I'd like to give you a couple of tips that will hopefully help you with your training. The first thing that I'd like to tell you is that a clicker is not a toy. And what I mean by this is just that You know, when you're not training, put that clicker away. You don't want your kids or your guests or your friends coming in your house and simply clicking it uselessly, because you should always give your dog a treat or a reward after you've clicked that clicker. You know, we've just spent the last 2 exercises conditioning your dog that the sound of the clicker means something great is going to happen. And if you click it without giving your dog anything, then your dog's just simply going to ignore that noise. The final thing that I'd like to leave you with, and probably one of the most important, is don't train your dog for too long. You know, especially in the beginning, a 2-minute training sessions is plenty. You know, that's 2 minutes of thinking power that you're putting there. So you can train many times in a day. Just leave, 15-20 minutes in between each training session. And ideally, you would want to train, in the morning, at lunch, and at night. That's the ideal. So anyways, this is pretty much it for this lesson. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch it and for implementing it with your dog. And if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, or additions to this lesson, then please leave a comment underneath this video. Oh, and don't forget to download your complimentary lesson sheet that you will find on the Dog Trick Academy page just underneath this video. So again, thank you for listening. My name is Jean Cote.